Hello, magical people. Welcome back to the Daily Astro Show. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and we're here on the Beyond Mystic and Meg Moonbeam YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And it's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. We're going to get into our Western astrology horoscope for this weekend from Friday, May 9th, going until Sunday, May 11th. We are in the portal of this very creepy and intense full moon in Scorpio. So let me know if you guys are feeling it. I am definitely feeling it for sure. And before we get into the astrology, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic channels. If you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. Link is in the description box below. And over on the Beyond Mystic Academy, we have this upcoming past lives and relationships workshop with Janine and Ashala, which is going to be, you guys are saying alive? Did I say something weird? They're going to be live. Did I say alive? They'll be live on Sunday, May 11th for this cool new workshop. And there's currently a discount code past 10 that you can use to get 10% off. Oh my goodness. So how are we feeling, you guys? Okay, it is full moon in Scorpio weekend. The full moon in Scorpio will be exact on Monday, but we are, of course, entering the portal as of today when I'm filming this video on Friday, May 9th. So our annual full moon in Scorpio, you guys, this is the most powerful full moon for cleansing, detox, releasing negativity and toxicity from our lives. And it is the most intense lunation. Okay. Ute says, me as Scorpio, very weird. Yeah. I know I am a Scorpio, and all the other Scorpios that I've been talking to, they're feeling it very strong to the point where physically you can be feeling very tired, a little bit all over the place. So hopefully you guys are feeling well out there. But if you are feeling the intense vibes, if you are having intense life situations, if your shadow is really coming to the surface, if you're feeling tired, you are not going crazy. Okay. We have the moon in Libra on Friday going into Saturday. And then later in the day, Eastern time, the moon will ingress into Scorpio. So we've got moon in Libra Friday and Saturday, moon going into Scorpio on Sunday. We have no exact aspects this weekend other than Mercury is going to ingress into Taurus. Okay. So Mercury has been in Aries. We just had that Mercury conjunct Chiron this past week. And now Mercury is moving into Taurus. We're in the last decan as we go into this weekend of Taurus season, which I've been telling you guys is really, I think, the most intense astrological season of the whole year. So let me know how you guys have been feeling, but it has just felt really freaking intense this whole Taurus season. We've been having some very adverse aspects. We had Mars opposite Pluto, Sun square Mars, Sun square Pluto. Pluto's just gone retrograde, and full moon in Scorpio this upcoming Monday. Of course, Scorpio is the sign ruled by Pluto. Okay, so Mercury going into Taurus, that is a lighter sign for Mercury to be in. There can be an emphasis in the collective, in our day-to-day life and communications throughout that transit of Mercury and Taurus on our values, on the financial system. There's definitely, as we enter the last decan, the last 10 degrees of the sun being in Taurus, changes and news about changes to the financial system, which will be incoming. And it's interesting because Taurus, the opposite sign to Scorpio, these two signs are the financial axis in astrology. So we got the sun in Taurus, Mercury just moved into Taurus, full moon in Scorpio on Monday. Yes, Scorpio is the creepy side of life, okay? Intensity and the shadows and secrets being revealed. But it also rules hidden money and the financial system as well. So that will be highlighted. Digivine says, does this roller coaster ever take a break? Well, I have good news for you guys. Taurus season is almost over, and Gemini season, all of Gemini season, which is going to start on May 21st, is going to be a lot lighter. Okay, so we have no major adverse aspects going on in the Western astrology during Gemini season. So, yes, we are actually going to get a break from this roller coaster that we've been on, and we're going to have Jupiter moving into Cancer soon. So, we have some big things to look forward to. But this is a weekend where the shadows and the creepy crawlies can be coming up to the surface. So I highly advise as we go into this weekend, as we're in the portal of this full moon in Scorpio, okay, to pay attention to what is coming up for you personally. Pay attention to if you're having any shadow side aspects coming up, fears, challenges, intense emotions, pay attention to what is coming up because this is a very big healing portal. And I even invite you guys to maybe do a little bit of shadow work if you feel like doing that, which is not black magic. Okay. Shadow work is when you consciously similar to inner child work, you consciously call in your shadow and speak with your shadow, connect with your shadow, which can be done through meditation, visualization. There's all kinds of different shadow work meditations available online. You guys can go check out. Very, very powerful to be doing shadow work. And it's something in our modern society that, especially in new age spirituality where there's many people that believe everything just needs to be love and light and perfect all the time. Many people shy away from or are scared of shadow work when it's actually really important. Sometimes we may have repressed emotions or energies that we need to let go of. That can be shadow work, right? Green Eyed Crow says, doing shadow work for sure. Stuff coming up from way back when I was a teen. Oh, that is very, very interesting. Yeah. With Pluto being retrograde, retrogrades are about the past, people, places, things coming back from the past. And you're going to want to see where you have 22 degrees of Scorpio in your chart. That's where the full moon on Monday is going to be happening, that we're now in the portal in. So that can be an area of life, whatever house you have 22 degrees of Scorpio, any planets you have around 22 degrees of Scorpio, what they rule, those can be themes of kind of the shadow work that may be coming up at this time. Sister Nobody says, us Scorpios are naturals at shadow work. It kind of sucks sometimes though. Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to that, Sister Nobody. It definitely kind of sucks sometimes because as a Scorpio, it can feel almost like it's nonstop shadow work. But we can be in our element. This full moon can be quite empowering, even though there can be intense things coming up. Wolf Mother says, yes, things are coming up from my past big time, for sure. And I just want to address, because I've been getting some comments lately, some people saying, Meg, how do I find out um, where I have, 22 degrees of Scorpio? How do I find out where this full moon or any transits, when you say, look at where that is in your chart, how do we look at that? Let me bring that up for you guys so we can take a little look at that here. Okay. So, for example, we're talking about this full moon in Scorpio that is on Monday, but we're in the energy of it. We're in the portal of it this weekend, right? So we can see here's the moon. This is a chart for the exact time of the full moon, which is going to be Monday, May 12th at 12:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So here we see the moon, 22 degrees of Scorpio. So how you find where you have 22 degrees of Scorpio. Okay. So you're going to want to look at the outmost rim of your personal astrological chart, which if you guys don't have a copy of your astrology chart, you can just easily go onto Google, go on a search engine and type that in for free. Online birth chart, put in your information, get your birth chart, okay? And you're going to want to, in what we call the outermost rim of the chart, this is the chart rulers, okay? You're going to want to find where the symbol for Scorpio is. This is the symbol for Scorpio, right? The M with the arrow going up. So if this was somebody's chart, right? Let's say there's probably going to be somebody born May 12th, 2025 at 12:55 p.m. Maybe not in Toronto, but let's pretend they are. So that person would then have Scorpio in their third house and their fourth house. And the chart rulers move counterclockwise. Okay, so in this chart, the third house is from 14 degrees of Libra to 17 degrees of Scorpio. So in this chart, Scorpio from 0 to 17 degrees is in the third house. From 17 degrees, that's the start of the fourth house, to the end of Scorpio, we see the symbol from Sagittarius there, would be in the fourth house. So if this was somebody's chart, let's pretend the moon wasn't there, 22 degrees of Scorpio would be in your fourth house. Okay. If that doesn't make sense, if that just went past some of your heads, you might want to look at that again. Okay. But if you listen carefully, you should probably be able to figure that out. Okay. And look at the house where you have 22 degrees of Scorpio. Look at if you have any planets within a few degrees either side of 22 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, so those are going to be areas that are going to be really highlighted for you. I really feel like that's the biggest influence that we're in this weekend is this full moon. And, I've been talking about how with this full moon, we're having major secrets revealed. Okay. And I know some people are not really impressed with what James O'Keefe released this past week with his exclusive bombshell of the confidant of Prince Andrew. And now he's released this bombshell of Pam Bondi has been covering up for Jeffrey Epstein. I actually think he's doing really amazing work. And even though for many of us in our conscious, like-minded community, it can seem like a little bit of a nothing burger information that we've already known, it is very powerful when James and his group, they are putting themselves in compromising situations. They are risking their lives and they get these videos, right? Which for many people, these videos do wake people up. Okay, so a lot of us, if you're on my MEG Moonbeam channel or the Beyond Mystic channel, a lot of us are natural researchers, alternative in the woo, maybe even you consider yourself a conspiracy theorist, right? Not everybody is like that. So for some people, when they see these expose videos, this is the really big wake up for them. So just want to play this really briefly for some of you guys who maybe haven't heard yet. Okay, which by the way, Pam Bondi is a Scorpio. So she's being exposed with this full moon in Scorpio. This is the video. Attorney General Pam Bondi was covertly recorded on April 28th, revealing previously undisclosed information about Epstein regarding tens of thousands of videos of little kids to a complete stranger in DC. Let's take a little listen to this.
Yesterday, Attorney General of the United States Pam Bondi was at the White House and disclosed what she represented as brand new information in relation to Jeffrey Epstein, the existence of tens of thousands of videos featuring little children.
There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn.
Now, this is the first time an official has publicly acknowledged that videos of Epstein and his victims exist. What you may not know is just 9 days prior, the Attorney General had a very similar conversation with a total stranger in a restaurant.
Do you know when the Epstein files are going to get released?
We hope soon. FBI's been.
Okay.
So.
Any dates?
No, you know what it is? There are tons and thousands of videos.
Yeah.
And it's all with little kids. So they have to go through every one.
In the past, officials have spoken about the, quote, mountain of evidence in the Epstein case, but they've never, previous to that moment, acknowledged on the existence of videos of, quote, little kids. Just a few days later, at 2 p.m. on May 1st, our reporter sent the AG's office the text of the recording. We asked why this detail had not been disclosed to the public, but was instead being told to a random stranger at a restaurant.
So whatever the truth is behind this, you guys, right? Whether this is all just a movie, whether this is naturally all being exposed, things are being exposed. Secrets are being revealed. Very uncomfortable truths are coming to light. This has to do with the full moon in Scorpio. What we're in, Scorpio is all about the revealing of secrets. And I think we're not done with this yet. We've got the P. Diddy trial starting on Monday. the day of the full moon. I think there will be many more revelations to come over the weekend as we're in the energy of it, and on Monday as well, of shocking surprises, even as this full moon, we've got Sun conjunct Uranus, which won't be exact until May 17th, but Sun and Uranus in a pretty strong conjunction. So get ready for some big shocks and surprises, you guys. This is going to be a lot of information revealed, a lot of beautiful potential for shadow work for the collective and for each of us personally. And I also like to keep track of what's going on with the Maha movement with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as this does have to do with the astrology as well. We're in eclipse cycle of the health axis of Virgo and Pisces. And, without our health is our wealth. So I do like to keep up to date with what's going on with that. And this is a cool clip from yesterday of some of the Maha team, RFK Jr., and some of the other people talking with, what's his name, from Fox News about the truth about the COVID pandemic. Listen to this, you guys.
Function of totalitarianism and religion.
You testified on Capitol Hill that you're not anti-vaccine, but you do have concerns about mRNA, and you want to move forward with figuring out what that's going to look like in the future.
We're going to do peer-reviewed, we're going to do placebo-controlled studies on all new medications and all new technologies. That's what we should have been doing all along. We need to understand the risks and the benefits of these products, and we need to be. The American public cannot have informed consent, which is a key feature of democracy, if they don't have good knowledge about the risks and benefits of the products they're
Dr. Barchari, you want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, can I follow up on this? One of the main problems during the pandemic was censorship. Free speech is absolutely essential for scientific progress. Free speech, if we had it during the pandemic, we would have had much better outcomes. So when Secretary Kennedy says that we're going to have gold standard science, the bottom what holds that up is free speech. And when Secretary Kennedy talks about the taboos in science, he's absolutely.
Isn't it crazy, you guys, that just a few years ago, we went from having all these medical officials trying to take away our freedom of speech to now in the United States, very influential country, their medical officials are talking about upholding freedom of speech and having a gold standard of science. So I absolutely love hearing this stuff from this team.
Absolutely right. I as a scientist, I don't know what causes autism to rise. I read the scientific literature, and it just looks like people haven't really asked the question in a deep and honest way. What we're going to do is we're going to shatter that taboo so that people can ask the question honestly, so I could look at the scientific literature and give an answer that's grounded in truth. You saw during the pandemic, it was taboo to say certain things. Like you couldn't say that if you had COVID and recovered, you'd have some immunity, for instance. Those kind of taboos are anathema to scientific progress. And in this administration, under Secretary Kennedy's leadership and President Trump's leadership, we are not going to have those taboos. We're going to have free speech in science and free speech in medicine.
We're going to have free speech in science and free speech in medicine. Very, very powerful, you guys. We will see what they do, and we will hold them account. Okay, before we finish up here, let's pull some cards for us as we go into this weekend. Oh my God, this very intense full moon. Mercury moving into Taurus. What is our guidance from the universe on how to navigate this weekend? Ooh, we've got Temperance. Okay, it's going to be very healing. 5 of Swords reversed and the Hermit reversed. Okay, interesting. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of shit coming to the surface. Okay, we've got the 5 of Swords reversed, which I've been getting this card a lot lately upright. So I like that we're getting it reversed. We're moving out of conflictual situations. I'm getting very strongly that there may be, in particular with family members, triggers, easily coming up. Be mindful we've got Mercury square Pluto, won't be exact until Monday, the day of the full moon. Be mindful of your conversations with loved ones. People are easily very triggered right now. And I feel like with the Hermit reversed, yeah, Guinness Girl says you've been getting a lot of reverse cards. Yes, there have been a lot of reverse cards lately. This is like the need for us to be paying attention to, do we need alone time? Like, have we been getting healthy alone time? Are we taking on other people's energies too much? The Hermit reverse can be darkness, withdrawal, mistrust. So there's definitely a lot of shadow aspects coming to the surface this weekend. But I love, and let me hold it this way, that we've got the Temperance card. To me, yes, it's about, balance of opposing forces. But to me, this is very much a tarot card about healing, really deep healing. So this is a weekend where we make time for some of that alone time or therapeutic practices. We can have huge healing breakthroughs. Okay, I'm hearing spirits say, like, when's the last time you went and had a massage? When's the last time you went and had energy healing? Okay. Maria says, that's a good read. Reminder to observe, not absorb. Haha, my sister got triggered yesterday. She's a Libra. Yeah, very important to observe and not absorb. And let's pull a bonus card. I was going to say, are we going to survive this full moon? Of course, we're going to survive this full moon. Just being silly. Yes, all about self-care. Woo! Okay. Woo! There can be intense emotions coming up, maybe even for some of us to the point of, this is the betrayal card. This is the heartbreak card. This is a very scorpionic card. A harsh truth is better than a soft lie. Again, you guys, major secrets being revealed, shadow work. Face what's coming up. And there may, for some of us, there may be separations, or we may be noticing separations of others. Okay, so this is a weekend of not just fluffy, like partying, not being mindful. This is a weekend to be very, very mindful of your healing journey, of what's coming up for you, and to make space for your healing path and to let go of what no longer serves. Hope that resonated with you guys. And before I finish up, want to mention you can go check out on Carla's Ascension Organites website, the new Beyond Mystic and Sending Ravens special edition natural candle set. Very, very beautiful. The logo's on there and they smell amazing. And you can use code Beyond Mystic, all in one word, to get 10% off. Bassett says, Meg, what deck are you using? The Meaning Tarot. I'm using the Meaning Tarot. I've been getting a lot of questions about that. And right after today's show over on the Beyond Mystic Rumble and X, you can go check out the Coco Show. She's going to be live for her weekly fun Coco Show. Of course, tomorrow on Saturday, we have the Psychic Tarot Show with Ashala, and I'll be live on Sunday with my Beyond Astro weekly forecast for the week ahead. Going to be intense out there, you guys. Don't be in a la-la land. Stay grounded. Pay attention to what's coming up. Act accordingly, and we're going to get through it, okay? Love you all very much, and sending lots of cosmic love your way. Bye, everybody.